I love Stranger Things, and I like model cars, so this Revell kit is a must. Welcome to the Geeky Workbench. Even though this is not my first model kit, quite a few mistakes were made in this project. But we'll get to that later. First I need to get the parts ready. I watched a video of HBI Guy's workshop for help on which parts to pre-assemble before painting. Billys Camaro is going to be part of a bigger diorama, but I will make a separate video for that soon after this one. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of this project. Then all the parts were ready and I could start preparing for painting. First I scribed some of the panel lines with a scribing tool to make them look more realistic. Then I sanded all the bigger areas to make the paint adhere better. And that brings me to the paint and airbrush which Gaahleri were so kind to send me. This is the Mobius TG from the Premium series, and I was very excited to try it out, because it has a handle and a trigger underneath the main body. These are features I was hoping would help with a more ergonomic grip and a less strained workflow, but I'll get to that later. When I unpacked the airbrush, everything looked and felt very well designed and made. The paint cup is big and removable, which is a huge advantage in comparison to my old airbrush. This set comes with a 0.5mm and a fan cap for wider spraying. I did a few tests with the two caps and played around with the adjustments to get a feel for the airbrush. And then I was ready to paint the car. And I must say, this airbrush is a game changer for me. It was so easy to use. Adjusting airflow is easily done, as well as changing caps mid-spraying session. And even after longer spraying sessions, my hand was still relaxed, which wasn't always the case with my old airbrush. So if you're looking for a high-quality airbrush at a great price, I can definitely recommend the Mobius TG. And my code TGW saves you 10%, which makes the price even better. And by using the link in the description for your purchase, you also support this channel at no extra cost for you. Okay, let's get back to the project. After I had primed all the pieces, it was time for a lot of masking tape. First, I masked off the exterior of the body so I could paint the interior black. All the other parts I painted with a regular brush. Then it was finally time for the blue paint, which took me a while to get right. So far everything has gone smoothly, and now the aforementioned mistakes happen. I thought I'd leave them in the video so nobody else has to make these mistakes as well. didn't use all of the decals because some details looked better painted than covered with a decal. Now I thought I was nearly done and applied the first coat of clear varnish. But I had made another mistake. And I even thought about sanding before, but I wasn't sure and I didn't check online, and now it looks like orange skin. I sanded down the varnish coat and sprayed it again. While that was drying, I could get on with the sampling. Much better now. It's still not super shiny, but it doesn't look like orange skin anymore, and I can do a little bit of polishing to get it a bit shinier. I read somewhere in a Reddit thread that somebody used paper bag as the final step, and that's what I did. What are your sanding and polishing steps when you want a really shiny finish? Tell me in the comments. After I had glued in the window screens with white glue, I could install the LEDs in the back and front of the car. Yes, I know I didn't paint the motor. That was intentional, because the bonnet will be closed anyway, and I'd rather spend the time on extra LEDs. The final wiring will have to wait until the diorama is done, so stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.